Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bosinola and I film about Sweden, European countries and any other countries that comes to my head. But mainly I speak about Sweden, my life in Sweden. I talk about academics, your faith, every other good stuff I talk about in this channel. So today I'm going to be talking about affordable universities that you can apply to in Sweden. So without further ado, let me just jump right into today's video. So I've been getting a lot of questions in my DM if people asking me, can you tell us affordable universities that we can apply to in Sweden that are not too expensive, the tuition fee is low and all, a lot. And one thing that people always get wrong about Sweden is that Sweden is, the way their admission works is you can't compare the way UK or Canada does the admission to the way Sweden does. In Sweden, they have like a unified system. So if you're applying for admission, of course, I've said it over and over again in this channel that you do just one application, but then you select like 4 schools, and out of those 4 schools you get your admission. I've said that in before. In fact, if you've been following me if you're watching my video, you know that I'm always saying that all you need to do is one application but 4 schools. Now this is what I want to say. When it comes to tuition fees in Sweden, it is not the way it works. It's not like UK where you have schools, some universities are extremely cheap, so this university is cheap, that university is cheap. But in Sweden, it depends. The tuition fee depends on the program that you are coming to study. For example, if you want to come and do medical, like maybe medicine, tech courses, engineering, they're expensive. So you cannot just say this school is the most expensive in Sweden, this school is so it depends on the programs. However, regardless, there are still some schools that are really affordable. There are still some schools that are affordable. So according to the ranking and according to investigation that I made, but on this channel I have people who are already in Sweden and I have people who have applied to Sweden before. They might probably know this information. So if you think that you know of some schools that are actually more cheaper than what I have explained, or you have more insight into what I'm discussing here, please, you can put it on the comment section. I will really appreciate if you can put it. And don't forget that you are not just putting comments, you are helping a lot of people out there. So if you have a valid information, please put it in the comment section. So the first university that I found to be the cheapest in Sweden is Stockholm University. Stockholm University is known to be like the cheapest. However, it has like 24% acceptance rate. So it's the cheapest, but to get in you have to have like a really good academic record. It's so competitive. Number one, because of the location, is in the state capital, the country capital, is in Stockholm. So it's a lot of competition in Stockholm. I remember when I was actually doing my own application then, so I think I picked Stockholm. I picked Stockholm University. And one thing I noticed about them is every other school that I picked at that time actually was sending me emails. Oh, we got your application. They were always sending me. At least I got an email from one of those schools, like 3 of those schools rather. But for Stockholm University, I didn't get anything. In fact, I was even angry as well. What was wrong with this university? Why is their pride so much? Like, that was what I was feeling that time. So according to my research, I found out that Stockholm University is one of the cheapest universities in Sweden, and I think it's one of the prestigious universities in Sweden, and it's so hard to get admission as the competition is very high. And in Stockholm University, their tuition fee ranges from 90 to 140,000 SEK. So it ranges from 90,000 to 140 SEK. And when I mean 140 SEK, that's per term. In Sweden, there's, I think there's another thing I need to say. A lot of time, people kind of compare universities in countries to know, which one is cheaper, which one is less cheap. I also want to say that I think that universities in the UK are more cheaper than Sweden, because in the UK, master's program, in the UK, most master's program, or maybe every master's program, are 1 year program. But in Sweden, most master's program are 2 years. So imagine paying 90,000 SEK every semester. So you have to pay 90,000, 80,000 or 7, depending on how much your tuition fee is. So before you do anything, please think about it well. So it's a lot of, so Stockholm University tuition fee actually ranges from 90 to 146. That's kind of the average. Then the second university that I also want to talk about today is Lund University. Lund University is known to be one of those prestigious universities in Sweden. It's a good school, and I think there are a lot of international students there. So for a lot of international students to be in Lund, so I feel like maybe it's affordable. Like they have affordable they have affordable tuition fee. In Lund University, the tuition fee average ranges from 90 to 100 SEK, 90,000 to 100,000 SEK, and they have like 34 acceptance rates. It's competitive as well, but if you have good academic stand, you can easily get in. At least it's better than Stockholm that has just for 24%, but for Lund that's like 34%, right? So yeah, it's also affordable depending on the course that you are going, or the program that you are going to study. The third that I also want to talk about is KTH Royal Institute. That one too is located in Stockholm. KTH average tuition fee ranges from 80 to 120 SEK. So it's between 80 to 120 SEK, and they have acceptance rate of 40 to 50%. So yeah, they take people, and KTH is mainly known for engineering, technology, those technology engineering courses. Yeah, so they are mainly, and it's also in Stockholm. So you can also consider KTH University, as they said that it's kind of cheaper compared to every other. Again, depends on the course that you're picking. So I would rather advise that when you're applying to Sweden and you want to do a course, just glance through the university that has that program that you're coming to study, and compare that tuition fee together. I think that is the best, because I won't lie to you, coming here and be saying and say the cheapest university in Sweden, it's just, I'm just giving you like some university that you can actually look into. But the truth is, you need to check those programs. When you compare those programs, it depends. It just depends. I will give you an example at the end of this video. I hope I don't forget. Another university that I also found to be cheap is Dalarna University. Dalarna University, I think, is located around Uppsala. I don't know. People should not come for me, but I think it's around Uppsala. I think it's under the region, Uppsala region. I think Vastra. I don't know the name of their region, but I think it should be close to. So Dalarna University. If I'm wrong with the location, if you're watching me, please put the correct location in the comment section. I don't know. So yeah, Dalarna is one of the cheapest according to statistics, and their tuition fee actually ranges from 40 to 80,000 SEK. This tuition fee that I'm calling is for a semester. So if you're doing 4 semesters, you multiply those amounts by 4 to give you like the total amount. So but per semester their tuition fee ranges from 40 to 80 SEK, and they have like 70 to 75% acceptance rate. So they take a lot of students. So you can also look into that, since they have like they accommodate international students a lot, so you don't have to compete with so many people. So you can also consider Dalarna University. So another university is Uppsala University. Uppsala University is one of those universities that has been found to be cheap. By experience, I know there are a lot of international students in Uppsala University, maybe because they have a lot of courses. I don't know. It's a big school, and I think it's one of the oldest. I think it's the oldest, if not the oldest university in Sweden, and is also ranked in the world as well. So you can also look, and they have the average tuition fee of 40 to 80 sec, and they have like 80% acceptance rate, so they take a lot of people in. So maybe they have like less competition, so it's something that you can also look up into. Another university that I also, that someone just told me out of, out of the blues, was Malmo University. So I don't have the statistics of the average of their tuition fee or the acceptance rate, but I heard that Malmo University is also a cheap university to actually go. So today I've mentioned 6 universities for you. I mentioned Stockholm University, Lund University, KTH in Stockholm, Royal Institute of Technology. I mentioned Malmo University. I mentioned Uppsala University, and I mentioned Dalarna University. So you can check through all these schools. But I promised you while I was doing this video that I was going to give you an example. So the example that I want to tell you today is, after I've done all my research, asked people questions, I decided to go on a practical lookout on, okay, let me compare these universities together. So I picked my course, my program, the one I did for my master's. So I checked the amount in Stockholm University. I compared it with I checked it in Stockholm, I checked it in KTH, and I checked it in Linköping University, because I actually studied in Linköping University. So I kind of, Linköping is not ranked, is not part of the cheapest according to the statistic that I went through. But when I checked my program, fortunately Linköping was quite cheaper compared to all of them. So you see what I'm saying? So it depends on your program. At least in Linköping, per term was 54,000 SEK for my program. When I checked Stockholm, it was like 60,000 SEK. When I checked Uppsala, is it Uppsala? I'm kind of mixing, but when I checked other school, it was 60,000, 65,000. So it happened that Linköping was kind of the cheapest in my program that I kind of did the survey. It was the cheapest. So this is my advice. If you want to come to study in Sweden, take your time to research all these schools and look for those ones that are cheap, that you think that you can afford. So just check them, pick those schools that are already, that are offering your courses, and compare the tuition fees together. I think that is the best way, because if anybody comes to tell you, oh, this school is the cheapest in Sweden, it depends on the program, guys. It depends on the program. So you need to compare programs in schools, because there's this thing about Sweden. Sweden is not, they have, like, most schools are public schools, right? So they have like a regulatory body. So I think they regulate fees. So it's just a case of, okay, your tuition fee for master's level should be maximum 100. So maybe it not depends on the school to say, okay, maximum 100. So maybe we can charge 80, maybe my school can charge 70. So I think that's how it works. It's not like, oh, this school is the, no, you check your program and compare with other universities. So everyone who has been coming to my DM, and there was even one lady that was saying, she asked me in my DM, do I know the cheapest? I said, I'm sorry, I don't know. She was like, I thought you do admissions. Come on, this is just the answer. Check your programs and compare with schools. It's hard to say this is the cheapest university in Sweden, okay? Yes, I've come to the end of this video. If you're still watching me at this time and you've not subscribed, you've not liked, please subscribe to my channel, put your comment to keep encouraging your girl. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying to the end. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.